Hell yeah, Aunt Layla. I want Sarah to represent herself too. Welcome to Absolutely Criminal, everybody. This is Andrew Martin. And not beside me tonight is Tiffie Lou. She's out handing candy out with Maddie Lou and doing some trick or treating. So just you and me tonight, but we have a really good show. Happy Halloween, everybody. Bama Green Eyes is here. Kathy Jones, welcome. Renee, our moderator. Sparkles, our other moderator. How y'all doing? Christina Gutierrez is here. Aunt Layla. And hope I didn't miss anybody. Oh, Sam Pulliam poked his head in earlier. Hopefully he'll come back and delight you all with his presence. Okay. So Sarah was in court again yesterday, and I'll show you the court appearance. It was brief, but we have some answers as to when maybe some things are coming up with her. It was her first big day with her new lawyer, and you know, it's hard to tell from what happened, but apparently they're getting along well so far, and she seemed to give the green light. And then after that, are the Adelsons a family of monsters? Are is Wendy Adelson the most hated person in Florida right now, or is it just me? I mean, we have her testimony from the other day, and you'll see it. And if you're just finding out about this case now, you're not doing much worse than Wendy was because she claimed that she just learned some key details about the case like right when she was being questioned on the stand, which is hard to believe. But at least she didn't make a big hullabaloo and what to do, like when she heard Dan was killed, supposedly for the first time. Anyway, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm a mess tonight. But first, before we get to Sarah Boone, we have I mentioned Tiffie Lou is out with Maddie Lou, and I have something Maddie Lou recorded and presented last year, the Alisa Lamb case. We had a Halloween episode. Not a lot of people saw it. Some of you I know have seen it, but just want to play that for you tonight, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the Sarah Boone court date. See you soon.
Of course, no Hollywood ghost story would be complete without mentioning the freaky Cecil Hotel. My parents are true crime nerds, so I heard of some of the haunted stories at that scary inn. Serial killer known as the Night Stalker stayed there. Although he didn't murder anyone at the hotel, many guests have met their end. In the rundown rooms of the Cecil, there are many, many spooky stories, and we recommend you go down that rabbit hole after this episode, of course, because tonight I'll tell you the bizarre tale of Alisa Lamb, and you may just see a ghost or two before it's all over. February 19th, 2013. Many staying at the Cecil Hotel have been complaining about water pressure, more like the lack of it, and the water that did come out was black and tasted awful. The hotel handyman checked the water tanks on the roof, and what he discovered would chill his bones. Floating in the tank was a woman's body. How on earth did she get in there? And what was she doing on the roof in the first place? Police and hotel staff were puzzled as the door to the roof was locked and required a passcode. There was another way up, however. Fire escape. Its purpose is to save lives. But did it assist in taking one? The remains belonged to a college student named Alisa Lamb. She was on a solo trip from Vancouver to LA. She had a family that loved her. and friends that couldn't wait to see her smiling face. They must have been all terribly sad when they heard the awful news. Alisa had drowned alone, and they would never see their special beam of sunshine again. She was only 21 years old. The roof wasn't easy to access, and the water tanks were even harder. Maybe she did take that fire escape, but the tanks required a ladder to climb up and over the open lid. Police were baffled, and watching the security camera certainly didn't help. On the night she vanished, Alisa entered an elevator. She pushed the button for her floor and stepped back. She was expecting the doors to close, but they were still open after a long delay. Curious, Alisa approached the door, poked out her head, and immediately pulled back. Had she seen something scary? It really seemed like it, as she hid in the corner. After composing herself, she again popped out her noggin, but this time she took a longer look. First right and then left. She put out one foot and suddenly hopped forward. What happened next? Looked like some kind of strange square dance, as Alisa made several steps in all directions. After she lingered outside the door, she again entered the elevator and began pushing all the buttons. The elevator car still refused to move. She stepped out again and began making strange motions with her hands. Was there someone there, or was she all alone? She then moved out of sight, and finally the door closed. Alisa was never seen alive again. Perhaps it was this point she went up the fire escape towards her watery doom. But maybe there was nothing supernatural about this case. Alisa Lamb had bipolar disorder, and there are indications she hasn't been taking all the pills she needed. Doctors say it's possible she was seeing things and maybe thought somebody was chasing her. Sometimes we don't know why bad things happen, but there's so much beauty in this world, and Alisa loved to explore it. She can't be on Earth anymore, but she's in our hearts, now and forever. Rest in peace, Alisa, because you were loved.
Oh, Natty Lou. I forgot that last part always gets me. Anyway, that is the case I've always been fascinated with, Alisa Lamb at the Cecil Hotel. We went down to LA last year and had this whole creepy Hollywood tour of that area, and a lot of weird, weird, wild stuff, as Johnny Carson used to say. A lot of stuff has gone down there, but that's a good story for another time, I think. And but let's figure out what Sarah Boone did the other day. Kind of caught me by surprise, and because I had checked the Sarah Boone courthouse website every day, and they hadn't posted anything about that I saw anything about the hearing yesterday. But she did finally get with her new attorney, and they appeared in court, and they appear to have set some future trial dates and pretrial conferences and things like that. So let me pull up Sarah here for you.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
How do you all think she's looking these days? I think she's looking a lot healthier. You know, certainly cutting out the hooch.
Welcome back, ma'am. Tell me your name and your date of birth.
Sarah Boone, 10-10-77.
All right. In this case, you were most recently represented by Mr. Bankowitz. I granted a motion to withdraw. We appointed Mr. Hobson, and we set a status hearing today. Mr. Hobson, where do you stand as far as entering the case, and how much work do you think you have to get done to get the case ready for trial?
Let me start. I'll start at the back end, Judge. I would ask the court to set a status for sometime in January. I've had discussions with Ms. Booth before today, and she's okay with that, and I think that would make sense. I've got like a banker's box and a half of stuff I'm trying to wade through, plus the media stuff. So I think that would be the best option we've got right now.
Well, everybody, Tiffie Lou has just entered the room. How you doing, Tiffie Lou?
What have I missed?
Well, we saw Maddie Lou's presentation about Alisa Lamb.
Oh, right.
I forgot the last part gets me choked up, you know.
I know you always
Oh.
get cry.
And yeah, so and now we're seeing the court appearance for Sarah Boone.
Oh,
yesterday.
awesome. Cool.
So she got to sit there and listen to Judge Wayne Wooten and her new
She
attorney.
hasn't had to say anything yet. She didn't pipe in.
She gave her name and her birth date. Sarah
But no,
Boone.
but I mean, you know what I mean by pipe in.
No, not at
Okay.
all. I think she tries to later,
All right.
but not
Our
yet.
dogs are gonna go crazy. Have they been going nuts all night?
They have.
Yeah,
They have.
yeah.
Yeah. How'd it go out in Trick or Treat Land?
Nice places. Yeah, a lot of people are really decorated.
Cool. Yeah, she looks like she is not on the alcohol, cigarettes, Dr. Pepper, and not intentional murder diet anymore. It's really doing her well. Yeah, I agree, Sam. Healthier is one way to put it. All right. Let's see. Okay, so let's resume here.
I'm concerned.
So I don't have my dates, other than my pretrial and trial dates for next year. I don't have the calendar ironed out.
Okay.
But what I could do is just give y'all a January pretrial date, understanding that you're not representing that you're actually going to be ready to
Right.
announce trial. But at least it's a next point to see how far you've gone, how much further you have to go.
That's a good point. Did you bring us all candy?
Maddie got a lot.
Oh, did she?
Well,
Did
they're
she
giving
score?
out like 4 and 5 pieces and like candy bars, not like
Wow.
Tootsie Rolls, you know?
Those are like $3 a piece at the store
It's
now.
like crazy.
That's cool.
My hope would be in January, you'd be able to give the court a realistic estimate of when you would be ready to announce trial.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I
State,
agree,
are
Rick.
you okay if we handle it that way?
Yes, that sounds reasonable.
I have a January 16th pretrial date. Is that far enough into January, Mr. Hobson?
Yes, sir.
All right, here's what we'll do. We will set pretrial conference on January 16th, trial period January 29th. The one thing I'm going to ask Mr. Hobson is if there are particular problems with the discovery, getting up to speed, that you know about before the 16th, if you could bring those to the court's attention beforehand.
Yes.
So we can at least start working.
Yeah.
So
I
we
get-
don't find out on the 14th that there's no trial on the 16th?
Right.
That would be nice.
I get the feeling Bankowitz wasn't the most communicative person with Sarah or with the courts.
Yeah.
those problems as they arrive. That would be my request.
Right, Judge.
All right.
I would also ask the court as a caveat to indicate that it's a pretrial conference / status conference.
Sure. Have the court minutes reflect that I'm setting it for pretrial conference / status for the defense to advise the court how long before they are prepared for trial.
We're treating this as a defense motion to continue.
I think speedy trial was waived long ago.
You think?
Okay. So I'm just going to court reset it for those dates.
Yes, sir.
Anything else I need to do on Ms. Boone's case today?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Boone will be returned to the Orange County Jail pending disposition of her case.
Yes, thank you, Judge.
All right.
That's all I have.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a good day.
All right.
Ms. Vega, are you ready on Hope? All right, let's call up Hope.
Yeah.
All right. So they bid one another adieu there. How long do you think before he's back at the jail talking to her?
I don't know. She seems appreciative of him. I have a feeling he's been communicating with her because we haven't gotten any letters.
Right.
Not to the judge anyway. So
Well, she wasn't shooting him daggers.
yeah.
Yeah, she did write a letter, and I haven't read it all, to the judge regarding her divorce case, different judge.
Yeah, but that's a different story.
Yeah, it is a different story. It's kind of interesting. I didn't go over it, but let me know in the comments below if you guys want to go over that next time. If
I
you
thought
want to
you
have
said it
Sarah
wasn't
read it.
accessible.
You know, it wasn't, but I guess maybe lawyers have access to that sort
Well,
of
I can
thing.
make a couple calls.
Yeah, no, it's listed as non-public document on the whatchamacallit, on the website.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, if you guys know, maybe I'm just out of the loop. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you YouTube lawyers have special powers.
Is Crime Curious here tonight?
I haven't seen her.
I'm just saying maybe she
Yeah.
could send us a link if she knows too.
Oh, that's true.
Or we
Yeah.
could talk to Mentor. He might know.
Yeah.
He would know.
Well, yeah, no. Well, we have the letter that it's been run down by people on YouTube already.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, then other people have gotten it. Then it's got to be.
Yeah. No, it's available to
Oh.
us. What I'm saying is it wasn't available on the court's website.
I see. I see.
Fancy
Okay.
YouTube lawyers have done videos about it. So
I see. All right.
I assume somehow they get it. I don't know. I'm kind of naive to that. But you know who is not naive to the justice system? The Adelsons. Not only are they renowned attorneys, some of them, I guess Wendy is a lawyer, but
Yeah,
I don't know how renowned she is.
I don't know if she's a crime. She's not a crime lawyer, though, is she?
No,
She's like one of the boring ones, right?
I don't know.
moves
Maybe she does
papers
like
around.
copyright law or something like
Right.
that. I don't know, but yeah. And we'll discuss tonight: are the Adelsons the scariest family in America? Are
I don't
they?
know about scariest,
Mhm.
but because there's some pretty scary families out there. But they're on the list.
Would you say they're a crime family?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Allegedly.
they all are involved in this. They all are aware.
Okay.
This is just
So it's interesting. We're going to take a look at some of Wendy's testimony from the other day. I think this is redirect examination. She's testifying for the prosecution
in her new outfit.
in her new outfit. Yes. And you'll like later on, I said earlier in the show, I said, if you haven't heard anything about this Markel case, this murder case, you're not much far behind Wendy, because she claimed to just learn something very crucial about the case on the stand the other day. She's like, well, I just found out today.
You're
So
kidding.
exactly. So let's see. I have her here, and we'll take a look. This is her on the stand just the other day.
Did you speak to him?
It would have been right after the repair guys were there, because that's when I called him to ask him whether I should get the TV repaired or buy a new TV. So
The TV that cost the same amount as the Hitman. Haha. And she joked with the repair technician that day, supposedly.
would have been morning.
How long did you talk to him?
I don't remember.
Does 18 minutes sound incorrect?
That sounds reasonable.
Okay. Did you talk to him about other things other than just the TV?
I really don't remember what else I talked to him about, but probably maybe I would have asked him about his work, or we would have caught up.
Did you?
And after this video, let me know if you guys want to see. I have the bump and the phone calls after the bump. If you know this case, you know what the bump is. Let me know if you guys want to watch those. I know we've seen or we've heard the calls before, and we've seen the bump before, but I never get tired of it. So let me know if you want to see it.
Sounds like a dance.
Yeah, right?
You happen to mention Dan Markel's plans to go to New York the next day?
I don't see why I would have.
Did you have WhatsApp on your phone at that time?
I don't know if in 2014 I had WhatsApp. Now we use it for all the parent chats at school, so everybody seems to have it, but I don't know if everybody had it back in
I'm a
2014.
bad parent. I don't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't.
Can you imagine Wendy Adelson coming into your classroom if you're the teacher on like parent-teacher school night, like back to school night?
Yeah, right.
She walks.
What is WhatsApp?
WhatsApp is kind of an app you would use for texting.
Do you know if your brother Charlie had it at that time?
I have no idea if he had it at that time.
Did you ever communicate with Charlie through WhatsApp?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. If I had it at that time or if I had it later, I probably would have.
Just not sure.
Yeah,
Did you
Nice
have any
play, David.
contact of any kind with Catherine Magbanua on the day of Dan Markel's murder?
no.
Did you ever communicate with her through WhatsApp?
No, I never communicated with her at all.
All right, let's talk about, well, you communicated with her on the beach.
I saw her in person, but I'm saying I never texted with her, called her. I never
Yeah,
communicated
we got
via a
it.
device other than in person.
Okay. What about when you were talking to your brother? Did she ever get on the phone and speak to you?
I don't think so.
Okay. I want to talk about where you went when you left your residence on the day of the murder. You tried to turn on to Trescott, and then you ended up where?
I went, I was supposed to go to a party that night, a Stock the Bar party, so I went to a liquor store to pick up what they had asked for as the present for their party. So I went to the liquor store, I picked up the alcohol, I stopped, I think I got gas, and then I went to lunch to meet my friends.
And the liquor store purchase appears to have occurred at 12:49 based on the receipt. Do you have any reason to dispute that
No,
timing?
that sounds right.
Okay, and then
Yeah, I would love to pour over those WhatsApp records.
But wait a minute. I thought people use WhatsApp like Signal
Hmm.
because
It's
it,
encrypted.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's my impression as well. So I don't know that there's actually a record
Can
of
they
it,
actually see it? That's my question.
Yeah, good question. I don't think so, but if you all know out there, let us know. Can law enforcement see WhatsApp messages?
and from there to the restaurant.
Yes.
And where was the restaurant located?
Mosaic, I actually don't remember. I just remember I would go north on Thomasville Road.
All right.
And so it was,
And is the restaurant where law enforcement came to speak with you and you ended up going with them to the police station, right?
that's correct.
Right. Do you agree or disagree that there have been some
He always just looks so uncomfortable, like he's just waiting for the other shoe.
financial benefits to you and your boys as a result of Dan's death?
I disagree.
When did you decide to change the names of your children from Markel to Adelson?
So after Danny's murder, there was a lot of news. It just hit the media, and there were news stories everywhere. And Nancy Grace on CNN put pictures of my boys with their faces unblurred, just pictures of them. And I was terrified. And so when they started school, I started school with my last name, thinking that would keep them safe, that they wouldn't be associated with.
Okay, but
the
their
murder.
picture's still on the. It's not like that stopped anything.
Yeah, the pictures are still in the public. I see them blurred most places, but they have been unblurred. Yeah, and I'm no Nancy Grace guy, but I would take her over Wendy Adelson any day.
Wasn't the Adelson name in the press? Just
It
as
was-
much?
I know a lot of people love Nancy Grace, so you can love your Nancy, but she's a little harsh for me, maybe.
Not in the
as
press.
Markel?
Not yet.
Do you agree that you legally changed the kids' names on July 6th of 2015?
That sounds right.
So it was actually a year after the homicide.
A year after.
It's really kind of shitty. I mean, not kind of shitty, but
Yeah, it's like my father was murdered, and now I don't even really have his name anymore.
and do we even
know?
buy her reason that the Markel name was in the media?
Markel's everywhere too. The
Yeah.
thing is like if you're really worried, homeschool your kids.
Yeah,
You know?
right. And I mean, Adelson name was out there pretty quickly, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you talked to your mom? Did you talk to her today, yesterday?
I talked to her yesterday.
In her emails, and we referenced one of them while you've been here on the stand, she talks about you giving performances and playing roles. Did you discuss anything about what you would do here today in court with your mother?
No.
Were you involved in any way in the plot to kill your ex-husband?
Absolutely not.
Did you know it was going to happen?
No, because everybody kept her out of the loop so she could have plausible deniability.
But maybe not know the details?
I knew nothing.
Is that why you went to the crime scene on the day of the homicide?
I did not go to the crime scene on the day of the homicide.
Do you know who all was involved in the murder?
Well, I learned today, but at the time, no.
Okay.
She just learned
All
today,
this
Tiffie Lou.
time, she had no clue. Give me a break. We all knew before you. Give me
Yeah,
a break, Wendy.
And there have been at least 2 trials with Catherine Magbano over that evidence was put out.
Yeah,
So
she's so full of
she
crap.
didn't. Yeah.
My gosh.
Have you ever privately confronted your brother about his role or possible role in the murder?
My attorney has advised me not to have conversations with anyone in my family about the case.
That's okay, Sparkles. We got you.
But you had a close relationship with your brother at the time of the murder, right?
I absolutely had a close relationship with my brother.
And
He
how
built
soon
for her.
after the murder did your lawyer advise you not to talk to your family about it?
In 2016.
Okay, so what about the 2 years in between? Did you talk to him about it then?
I mean, I talked to him about the fact that a murder occurred, but I guess I don't understand the question.
What do you mean you don't
But you
understand
never
the
talked
question?
to him.
The fact that a murder occurred,
But you didn't talk to him about being involved?
how cold a language is that, too? I
Yeah,
mean,
a murder occurred. It's your
The
ex-husband.
father of your children
That's crazy.
was murdered. This thing happened.
Uh-huh.
About the suspicions you raised in the law enforcement interview that your brother might have done it.
No, I did not.
I missed that from
You
earlier.
suspected your
Strange
brother
One.
could have been a part of this, right?
I suspected lots of people could have been a part of it.
But he was one of the people, right?
While I was talking with law enforcement for 6 hours, terrified out of my mind, I offered them every possible idea I could come up with.
Right. And one of the possible ideas was that your brother could have murdered your child's father.
I didn't
right?
really believe that was possible.
This DA has given her last fuck long ago.
Yeah, she's like, I am so done with your bullshit, dude.
Was part of the plot for you to be able to have plausible deniability about this?
Absolutely not.
Of course not.
Is it
No.
better for both you and your brother if you don't know the details of this?
I don't even
That was her impression of plausible deniability. Absolutely not.
understand the question that you're asking me.
You don't
When
understand
did
it?
you first become aware that you might be a suspect in this case?
I mean, as the ex-wife, I assumed I was a suspect from the beginning.
Yeah, Georgia's really good. Really good.
What was your first thought when you were asked if anyone might have murdered Dan Markell for your benefit?
I thought, oh my God, maybe if I hadn't divorced him, he would still be alive. Maybe this is my fault because I complained to the wrong person. Maybe Danny gave a student a bad grade and they came after him. I just
Oh my
was
gosh.
Come
I have
on.
never hated a teacher that much. Give me a break.
Yeah, that's not the first story that would come to your mind.
Right.
possibly could have wanted to hurt him.
But you didn't say any of that before. I mean, the first thing you said was Charlie, right?
I don't think so.
Page 25 of your interview.
We've got it written.
Line
bitch.
5 through 15. Do you have any reason to dispute? Page 25, not 5 hours into it. You say Charlie might have done it, right?
Can I see, please?
You may.
Gotta see. Yeah, the
This is
fake
going to be
crime.
tab 1.
no expert on the legal system, but I am an expert in fake crying. And that was totally, I mean,
my daughter's a wizard at it. She's great at it.
the face remains absolutely dry.
Uh-huh.
What I say here is that he would never do it. Right under the highlighted part, I say no, he would never.
So whereas Sarah Boone has gotten healthier looking in prison, I think Charlie's gone the other way.
Page
This is
25.
the thing, though, is I wouldn't mention a name if I believed they would never do it. They wouldn't have even, the name wouldn't have even been brought
Yeah,
up.
like she was sitting.
It doesn't matter
yep,
what you said afterwards. You brought up his name. Why did you bring up his name if there
That's-
was no possible way?
That's a really good point, and I don't think that's something innocent people do. Like she's sitting in the interrogation, and they're asking her, "Do you have any idea who could do it?" And she says something like, "Oh gosh, I don't know, but my brother wouldn't do it." You know,
Yeah, that's weird.
what? Like that's not something people do. That's not something people say.
Line 5
Me
through
too, Bryce.
15. I mean, my brother, the one, his name is Charlie, the one I'm really close to. He makes a lot of jokes in that taste, and it was a joke he made. He bought the TV for me this morning that got broken, and then I was talking to him about whether it made sense to pay or fix it, or whether I should get a new one. And it was always his joke that, like, he knew that Danny always treated me badly, and it was always his joke. He said, I looked into hiring a hitman, and it was cheaper to get you this TV, so instead I got you this TV. And you do say you don't think he would do it, but can we agree you brought up his name on page 25 of the interview?
You think they figured her just to shut her up, Sam? Probably true.
I did.
When asked, would you ever ask someone to do something like this? You say not in a million years. When asked, okay, do you think someone would do this for your benefit without asking you? You say no. And when Isom starts to ask you what good does it serve, you say, I mean my brother, the one, his name is Charlie. Isn't that how it went?
This is the transcript, but I think there's also inaccuracies in the transcription.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah,
All
the
right.
Krusty the Clown hairdo was priceless.
Do you want the culpable parties held accountable for murdering the father of your children?
Absolutely. I'm grateful they're already in jail.
But not if it's your family.
It's not my family.
I mean, somebody hired him, right?
not necessarily.
Somebody paid him.
I learned something this morning.
Yeah, me too. You didn't want him held accountable if it was your family members. Didn't you tell law enforcement that?
That's not what.
Wouldn't the defense lawyer usually object to something like that?
Yeah.
A little comment like, objection, Your Honor. I don't know what that is, but...
I told law enforcement.
What did you tell law enforcement?
I told them that the person who did this should be held responsible and that I had nothing to do with it.
Page 122, lines 7 through 12. If somebody tried to kill my ex-husband, they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. The investigator says, regardless of who it is, and your answer is, I mean, it would be different if I thought it were my brother.
But I don't think it was my family, is what I
Different
said.
now, isn't it?
No, it's not different. That's exactly
different
what I
today,
said
isn't
right
it?
here. No, that's not
No
right.
further questions.
She's like, no, I already got you. Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, and nothing Wendy says on the stand today can be used against her. She's got immunity as far as what she says in this testimony.
Nice.
So I guess, yeah. So that's Wendy Adelson. Here's the bump. Have you seen this before, Tiffie Lou? I think you have. This is when, so on the right, you see a shot of Donna Adelson, Mama Adelson, walking down the stairs. And an undercover agent is going to approach her and hand her something.
Oh, I have not seen that.
So she's walking on the right. The left is the point of view of the
Mrs.
undercover
Adelson?
agent.
How you doing? Just want to give you this. Listen. No, don't be scared. Listen, just want to let you know that we know that your family has been taking care of Katie and her friend Luto for quite some time after your problem up north has been resolved. And I want to let you know that my brother, he's incarcerated. He helped your family with this problem you guys had up north. And we want to make sure that he's going through some rough times. We want to make sure that you take care of what he's going through, the way you're taking care of Katie and Tuzo. Well, this will explain it. Thank you.
So it's kind of hard to hear, but he says, I want you to take care of my brother the way you took care of Tuto and Katie. And Katie being Katie Magbanua.
Right, yeah.
And that comes in important later because the recorded phone call, they had Charlie's phone tapped, maybe Donna's too, but she says something referring to the ex-girlfriend, and then claimed, I guess later, not to know Katie was the ex-girlfriend. I don't know. But how do you think her reaction was to that, Tiffie Lou?
I think that she's trying not to poop down her pants. Yeah, that would scare the crap out of me.
Thank you for that analysis.
Yeah. Trying to act all natural. Look at her trying to act all natural.
Yep, wiping the sweat off her head. Now, later that day, she picks up the phone and calls her son, Charlie. Now, the undercover guy didn't mention anything about Charlie or her son
yeah.
or girlfriend, just said Katie and, this brother I got needs taken care of. And we help you with a problem. So here's the phone call.
Hand delivered to me.
You're being sued?
No, that's what I thought it was, but I'm going to need to talk to you.
Okay.
Okay, so, I can, I'll just figure out something. You can tell me wherever you are.
Well, I'm in Mitch Klein's office on Park Boulevard.
Okay.
So I'm right now in the Skyline Chili, and I'll be at his office in the afternoon.
Okay. So the boys will finish their,
Yeah.
finish their piano lesson around 4-ish, and I've got the track of it, and they take a ride with them up there.
Does Dad know about this?
And the dad's at work today, fortunately.
What's, IRS? Or?
You know, those IRS people, they're kind of obvious sometimes, but, fortunately not now. So I will talk to you. I'll give you a heads up if I'm going to drive up that way.
He wishes it was the IRS.
And
Is Wendy know that? Is it about Wendy?
No. So let me just talk to you later, and if I'm
It's like she's trying to say something without saying something, right?
It's like she knows it's tapped, right?
Well, they're both talking carefully,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Does it involve me or other people?
Well, probably both of them.
Yeah, he really is
What's
toast.
that?
Probably the two of them. So you probably have a general idea what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, so couple things. Yeah, it has to do with the two of us, and you probably have a general idea what I'm talking about.
Right.
So let's just find some time to talk to each other and take the boys for a ride, okay?
You're going to take the boys up there?
Well, when he doesn't come home, he doesn't get here till about 7 when Dad gets here.
So it's ordered you talk to me today.
Me or,
Do you guys think Harvey knew at this point, the dad?
All right. Well, I'll be up at Mitch Klein's office. You want to come up? Oh, yeah, so really late.
I'm just concerned that I would have to get up there and get back in time for Wendy to get them. Sometimes she gets out a little earlier with more coming out here.
Can I ask you a question? Who's the paperwork sent from?
Oh yeah, we'll work on the mom tax and the dad tax on that candy tonight
yeah,
for
right.
sure when she goes to bed.
I see them, that's great. It was something that came hand to hand to me as I exited the building today.
And was it anonymous or?
Oh no, it's not anonymous.
No, not anonymous.
I just don't want to discuss it over the phone.
Right, whatever it is. It's silly, but if you want,
I wouldn't bother you. Trust me.
Yeah, no. Do you want me to come down to see you tomorrow? I have to have the day off.
Yes.
Okay, so Tiffy, if your mom called you up and was acting all weird like this, at some point, wouldn't you pin her down and say, Mom, just freaking tell me what it is already?
Yeah, but he's not doing that because he knows there's something.
Yeah.
They're both in on something. Yeah.
That would be wonderful. Dad actually works later tomorrow. You know, he goes in at 1 o'clock. We both work out at the gym from 9:30 to 10:30. So
whatever it is, I'll take a look at the paperwork.
Yeah.
I hope it's not the IRS, but
I just would like you to review it and give me some input as to what your thoughts are.
All right.
Okay. So come down tomorrow. Dad leaves at 12, so anytime after 12 would be good.
12 tomorrow.
Yeah, he leaves at 12. He starts at 1 there, so 12, 12:15.
All right, I'll come down in the afternoon. I'm going to hang out with you and see you soon.
That would be great.
Perfect. All right, I'll talk to you later.
Love you, honey. Bye.
Okay, and
Do
then
that. And listen, whatever it is, whatever someone sent you, I wouldn't.
this is like a half hour later. This is when they talk again here.
I wouldn't worry too much about anything.
Okay.
I mean, so someone can write whatever they want to write. Someone can say whatever they want to say, and I'm not worried.
Okay.
Was it another bad review on Yelp?
You know, the reviews come in, and sometimes they are bad reviews. This is a particularly.
Yeah, David, I don't know. I thought early on that Harvey was not aware of this, that he, was kept out of the loop. But
But then
yeah.
why do they want to have this conversation when he's not home? It
Well,
sounds like
I
there's
mean,
at least a part of it he wasn't aware of.
yeah, but they don't want him. I mean, he's not stupid. I mean, if they're sneaking around and talking about uh things in a low hush tone, he's going to wonder why. Maybe she doesn't want that. I don't know. But yeah, it's possible that he knew about it too. I mean, I'm pretty sure the mom did. But
Well, clearly.
Bad one. So,
So I'm not being sued.
no.
Because that's what you're worried
All right,
about,
honestly,
being sued.
it's whatever it is, and I wouldn't just judging from what you're making it sound like. I wouldn't stress about too much.
I think he's just hoping against hope that it is a lawsuit,
Yeah,
something
listen,
like that.
people can always write, people can always say anything they want. It doesn't, if someone says you're a bad dentist, it doesn't mean you're a bad dentist. So,
No, of course not.
but anyway, I'll definitely.
Oh shit, is that real? A strange one? So there's evidence that it might be his birthday gift? Yikes.
Definitely come down. It actually works out perfectly because I have the day off.
Okay. So I'll make you take me out to dinner, so make sure you bring cash with you.
All right.
Okay?
Do I need to
He's
bring
just
cash?
pulling my chain.
Yeah, if you take me out to dinner, then I have that's probably a good idea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was this? I should bring cash. I don't have much cash to bring.
Bring cash to go to dinner?
Right. So he's like, should I bring cash? Well, we have to go out to dinner. I need
We don't
cash.
want to use our credit card.
Right.
This
It's
is
it's a weird
questionable.
conversation,
This is
right?
weird.
I'll see if I have money for dinner. Let's see what I have here. Okay.
Was it, can I ask you, is someone blackmailing you?
Well, it's always a good possibility.
You think someone's trying to blackmail you?
Maybe. Could be.
No. That's crazy.
I will check that out. I need to catch up on this.
Is there, I don't know what blackmail is for, but is there any way I could see you? You can't come up here at all.
So, a strange one. Do you think Donna's going to be the next one on the chopping block? Will it be Wendy or will it be Harvey?
It's difficult because they don't finish the piano teacher doesn't leave till about 4:15, and even if I came up there and got there a little extra, it would be 5:15.
Happy 2 months, Sparkles. Thank you very much. Thank you for your support.
It would still be tough to, necessarily get back here in time for Wendy to pick them up.
Was this, can I just ask you this? Is this anything government related, or is this like whack job writing a letter to you?
If this were 20 questions, you'd say, yeah, it's somewhat government related.
Like who?
Is it like a whack job writing a letter to you, or is this government related?
No, I don't know if it's government related.
So it's not government or military or anything like that?
No.
Military?
No.
Who is the letter addressed to?
Me.
To you?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Did it have a...
Right, that's a knowing little sound.
Not a pretty good idea.
All right, Sparkles, you have a good night. We will see you next time.
Good night, Sparkalicious.
Pretty good idea. But, let's talk later. Either, I would like to, I'd like to try to get to see you today. I will definitely, I just don't know if I'm going to get back here in time for Wendy. I don't know how to Wendy going somewhere else.
Is it, so whoever sent you the letter sent you an anonymous letter?
No, it's not really anonymous.
Did they sign it?
We love you, Sparkles. Good night.
So someone showed up. Was it like by a process server?
That's what I thought it was.
It wasn't.
No.
Where did they come to you at?
When I walked out of the building and I make a right and I go past both driveways with the icon.
Right.
And I'm on the sidewalk and I'm about 5 feet from pressing the button so that I could cross the street to pick up the boy this afternoon.
Right.
And just as I got on the sidewalk. Yeah. Okay, sweetie, so we'll stay out here then, okay? We'll stay out here. I'll look on the computer when Ben finishes, okay? So, yeah, it's amazing. Somebody knew exactly who I was. Called me by name.
And he came over and handed you, was it a young guy, old guy?
I'd say probably mid-30s. I wouldn't forget that face.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably burned in her memory.
I mean, I can make the attempt to go up there. I'm just concerned about getting back here in time and, when we say where are you? And I don't think it's a good idea for the boys to say you're not going to go. You know?
All right.
Yeah, Donna, then Wendy. That's possible. Does anyone else get the feeling that Wendy is just going to skate on this for the rest of her life?
Yeah, I have a feeling she's not going to be held accountable
Like
at
she's
all.
coated with Teflon? I don't know.
She seems to think she is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have to get into this stuff with insurance. I mean, it's crazy that someone handed you a letter like that. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe we better just keep it, tomorrow, about 12, 15.
Yeah, it's like they're
20 years.
dancing around an
Is the
issue
person-
they
is the
both
person, like,
know is
threatening you
there.
or anything?
And why is it going on so long when they're meeting tomorrow? Why are they still talking about it on the phone?
Yeah, it's just like,
I feel like they're kind of stupid,
yeah.
know?
Well, I think what it is, they both know exactly what it is, but they're pulling out all these like, well, just like hope against hope that it's not what they think it
And
is.
she's kind of quiet and he's like super loud. Like,
Yeah. Right, son. Thank you. Brand new member on Insider Information. And Tiffie Lou, I don't know if you know this, that you're going to record our next episode right after
I am. I'm
right
recording
after
it
this
tonight.
episode.
That's right.
In fact, I'm not going to let you out of the room.
I hope you do.
No, so we'll get that audio posted tonight for our members and our newest member. Thank you, Bright Son.
You never know how to interpret these things. So let's not worry, and let's meet tomorrow. I think that's better. Let's meet tomorrow afternoon.
All right, let me ask you this. Do you want to take a picture of the letter and send me what someone sent you?
No, really, I don't want to do that.
Take a picture of it. That's not
It
smart.
wasn't the government or the military or somebody. It was just some random person.
Yeah.
Right. And again, if it was something that you were really concerned about or your mom was really concerned about, she would just send you the picture.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
How long was the letter?
It was just a copy of an article. It's written on the letter that was written on the copy of that letter.
Is the person threatening you?
I don't think we should.
I mean, it's kind of thing. If there's a threat, you go to the police.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, I don't mean it's. If people threaten, you got to go to the police. But
Also, something your mom would never say.
Let me see what it is. Let me see what nonsense it is first.
Okay.
It won't be the first time I've been threatened.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's about it. Then they agree to meet tomorrow, and then later that day, Charlie calls Katie Magbanua, and apparently, because Donna said, well, it's regarding one of your ex-girlfriends, and but Charlie magically knew to call her, even though he had had several ex-girlfriends in between the murder and the bump. So he magically knew it was her.
Right.
And there's another good phone call with him and her. We'll play that next time because I'm sure we'll be talking about this case for a while. What is today? Friday?
No,
Or
today is Tuesday.
All right.
sweetie.
So we're coming back on Friday.
Friday at 4/7.
A little bit earlier. Yes, if Dan's parents would sue Wendy for wrongful death, they might at least get the kids safe with them. Yeah. I wonder if they want to hold off until all the legal stuff is done before they sue for wrongful death because
Right.
That's a lower standard of evidence, and I'm sure the family of Nicole Brown Simpson won a wrongful death suit. So yeah, I'm sure that's coming. I hope that's coming, and I hope it happens with all of the guilty people in prison.
Right.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that's it.
Yep.
Tiffie Lou, let's go raid the candy.
I know. We got to see what she got. She got a lot.
Really?
She got so much. People were like, "Oh, I like your costume. Here, have 2 more pieces."
And she was dressed as an alicorn tonight,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Rainbow alicorn.
Mm-hmm. And having a little girl, I've learned that is a Pegasus with wings, or
No, a Pegasus
unicorn.
has wings. A Pegasus with a horn. So it's basically like if a Pegasus and a unicorn made love, their offspring would be this alicorn, which has wings and a horn.
That sounds just lovely.
I know.
A unicorn
know.
and Pegasus
You know,
making
who
love.
says you can't learn anything every day? Yeah.
All right. And with that, everybody, thanks for joining us tonight. Go find your unicorn, and we will see you on Friday. Love you so much.
Good night.